Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 6 of Europa Universalis IV. We are playing as France and we're still in the middle of this war with Burgundy. Now even though this war actually started off very badly for us, at the moment things are actually going quite well. We've turned it around. We did manage to get Castile involved in the war, although unfortunately they did peace out a little bit early, which didn't help things greatly. However, we are definitely still winning the war. I've got one army here, mostly made of mercenaries, that is just basically going around and kicking the snot out of every little Burgundian army that it can find, although the Burgundians are running away. But I'm determined to try and chase them down. It also looks like a few of my vassals are thinking about getting involved, but the main reason I'm using that army is to just basically stomp around and kill all of those. Minus 10% national tax modifier for 10 years, or we can lose the stability. Let's go ahead and lose the stability. We can buy that back. We've got quite a bit of admin power at the moment. Not going to spend any just yet because I don't know how many provinces we are going to take after this war, and I don't know how much admin power it's going to cost me to core everything. We don't have the call for peace yet, so I'm not going to peace out right the way. It'd be nice if we could siege out a few more provinces, even though we technically don't need to. We are getting peace offers from Burgundy. I think for the time being, we are just going to... I'm going to detach a siege there, actually, and just move in. These are cavalry, so they're actually quite quick to move around. We're running at speed 3, so we should siege these things out quite quickly. We're currently sieging out Luxembourg and Cambrai down here as well. There's another stack there, which we need to go and remove from existence. We should catch him, because we are cavalry. Oh, we didn't quite get him. He just managed to get out there in time. We should definitely catch him here, though. And indeed we did. So we'll just sit around there for a bit longer. There we go. There's another province sieged out. We're at 52% now on the war score. Let's renew war taxes again. This has been a very costly war. There are some rebels here. Obviously, we don't want to run into those rebels, but we'll quite happily let the rebels just sit and siege things out for them. Actually, Flemish nationalists, so yeah, they can stay there. That's going to hurt Luxembourg, hurt Burgundy quite a lot. No, we don't want to go through the rebels. That would be bad. But we can certainly go around this way and wipe them out. There we go. There's another stack dead. They're offering peace again. Probably should think about starting to peace out now. Although there's another couple of provinces here that we've almost sieged out. Luxembourg's still taking a little bit of time. Looks like they're producing another unit or two, so let's go ahead and get involved with that. And wipe that guy out. Obviously, these provinces are getting sieged out by the nationalists, so we do have to be relatively careful there. 21% on this province, minus 14% on Luxembourg. It is getting there. We've actually got enough... Then we get some, yeah, we've got these guys down here. So we are going to have to be fairly quick in this. 21% here. Are we going to get more than that? 0%. How are those guys doing? They're not going to unsiege just yet. So I'm not too worried about them. Let's give it another few ticks. See if we can get Luxembourg or see if we can take this place. The more war score we can get, the more we're likely to be able to take in the peace deal. Defenders desert on 35%. We're still okay on that siege. 14% on Luxembourg. We've won the siege of Luxembourg. That is fantastic. Guess you could go ahead and try and stomp those guys. Oh, they have a leader actually, so probably not. Just sit there. You can come around and help. In fact, we're throwing in quite a few units there. Another offer for peace. It would still be nice if we could take that province there. Not sure it's going to happen. Oh, we have. Right, okay. So we are at 62% war score. So let's say we want to peace out. I want to take Picardy, definitely. It would give me 6.7 aggressive expansion. with a lot of people, but that's not a lot of aggressive expansion. And it is technically my core to begin with, so I should have it. We would definitely like to take some of these if we can. We could take both of those. We could also take French Comtal, which is nice to take that if we can, because it isolates their capital. And this becomes problematic later because Austria can sometimes grab a claim on that. Could we take Rethel as well? We actually could. Now that's going to give us 30 aggressive expansion and 80% overextension, which is bad. But we can deal with it. We're going to send demands. I'm going to drop the game speed down and I am going to unpause. Okay, they have accepted demands. Now we're going to get a lot of stuff popping up because we've got a looming disaster. Our overextension is dangerously high and we have too few rivals because we can know for the first time we're actually out of the war. So who are we going to rival? Well, definitely Burgundy. Don't want to tick off Austria just yet, so we're going to go for Aragon for the other one. We are going to take all of our troops. I say all of our troops, it's not like we have much left. We're going to bring them down to Champagne. We need to go and clear out these rebels, which we'll do very, very soon. But we need to start coring. So we're going to go and click on this button here. And you can see we've got quite a lot of cores here that have a lot of overextension. We can't actually start coring this place yet because it's currently under siege. We can go ahead and start coring these places. So we will go ahead and do that. We'll wait till our army gets in a spot that we can do something with it. Oh, they've actually broken the siege. That's interesting. Ah, because they're Burgundian. There we go. So they're actually moving out of there now. So what we can do, royal marriage offer from Orleans. So let's go and do that. We can now start coring that. Okay, so we now need to start saving up. We need to start saving up on manpower. We need to start saving up on money. We need to start saving up on all of our military points. They're just going to be sieging Burgundy. Who are they actually? Burgundian Patriots. Oh, you just go and annoy Burgundy. We're going to go... Well, we'll all queue up in Namur and then we'll go in and take out Orleans. Savoy's entered into a military coalition against us. Hardly surprising. So has Austria, again. Hardly surprising, but we don't need to worry about that too much, although Austria may go towards with us. Royal marriage from those guys. Yeah, Liege has entered into a coalition against us. It's mainly because we've got such a lot of aggressive expansion from taking so much so quickly. Looming disaster, peasants' war. Manpower, it's mainly because our manpower is less than 25%. That will start to recover, so I'm not terribly worried about that. Administrative tech, are we still ahead of time? No, we're about breaking even, but I think it's still safe to go ahead and boost stability. It's quite expensive, but we've got all the provinces coring that we need to core. So let's just go ahead and wipe out these pretender rebels before they take out Orleans. Now, most of our armies at the moment are mercs, but I don't want to disband them, because if we disband them, we'll have nothing at all. So we're going to try and wipe out those pretenders. Now, pretenders can actually be quite tough. Demand of unlawful territory from Austria. Now, it's going to really tick them off if I turn around and... Because, basically, if I was to accept this, I would be returning Franche-Comté to the Holy Roman Empire. I'm going to say no. I want to keep that, so they can bog off. Now, they may very well declare war on me. They probably will at some point. Are we still allied with... Yeah, we are still allied with Castile, and we'd very much like to keep it that way if we can. Do we have royal marriages with all of our vassals? We could do with getting a bit more reputation with Scotland, actually. Let's go ahead and... we can't royal marry them. But we should definitely go ahead and improve relations with them. Because what will happen is often England will attack Scotland, and that will give us a good excuse to go and get involved in that little war over there. Can't believe this fight is still going on, though we are about to win. Okay, right. So let's get these guys into the capital, and then we'll group them all up, and we might split off a few of the... Burgundian Patriots defect to Lorraine. But they're in Burgundy, so if anything, that's going to defect to Lorraine. It'd be quite interesting, actually, if that happens. Because then that province would belong to Lorraine. Where is Lorraine? Is Lorraine like this? Lorraine is like a tiny little province somewhere. There, these guys. Now, what's their opinion of me? Probably terrible. Yeah, they don't like me too much. I'm going to go ahead and try and improve relations with them. Because we may even be able to get this diplomatically, you never know. So let's go ahead and group all of these guys up. There's a lot of mercenaries there, but let's consolidate because it will make things a little bit cheaper. In fact, there's more mercenaries there than anything else, but we don't have any manpower. So I can't do anything about that just yet. We can hire a free military leader. Not going to do that just yet either. Navies, we do actually have some. These are all lights, I believe. The quicker we can get these ships running, the better. Let's go back up to speed 3 now. We can do that quite happily because, for the moment at least, we are not under attack. We are going to need some more ships because we're going to have quite a significant naval limit. Oh, okay. Provence. Provence has actually entered into a military coalition against us. That is a little bit annoying. Even Switzerland, wow. Yeah, we upset a lot of people there. Let's go ahead and go home at war, but protect trade in the... Well, which would give us the most? 1.67... All of the others would probably be a loss. We'll do... It's mainly because we're overextended, so we'll go and do that for now. We will need some more ships. How many more do we need? We're well under our force limit here. So let's go ahead and get some more lights. Obviously, I don't want to spend all of my money, but you have to spend money to make money. Let's go and have a look at the coalition map mode, just so that we can see exactly who does hate us at the moment. So coalition map mode, I think, is that one. So basically, all these red provinces are in the coalition against us. And all of these sort of darker pink ones are people that don't like us too much because of the aggressive expansion. So there's quite a lot of people here that don't like us. But it's not terrible. It's a little bit of a shame about these guys, but there you go. What we would like to do, of course, is get some of our vassals integrated. So, who is probably... Orleans, we were actually trying to improve relations with them. So let's go into Orleans and improve relations. We need to get relations up to 190. And then we can actually go and integrate them. And then we'll have a little bit more bordering territory with Provence. We'll probably never manage to integrate Provence diplomatically. We'll most likely have to go and annex them through war, which may well happen if the coalition declare war on us. Obviously, I'd prefer it if they didn't, because Austria is actually quite scary. Especially when I have no manpower, so we do have to be very, very careful there. Hopefully some of this coring is going to get done quite soon. That will make things a little bit easier for us, because as soon as we start getting some stuff cored, then we will have... Provence got another territory down there as well. As soon as we start getting some stuff cored, we will have much better trade going on. 189, not quite there yet. Another month. There we go, we're at 191, so we can go and recall that diplomat. And now we can go into Orleans and we can start annexing vassal. It'll cost us 80 diplomatic power. And the opinion of the other subjects will change. It will take a few years to happen. But you can't annex when you're at war, so it's a good idea to get it started when you are not. How is our coring going? It is getting there. It is taking a while. Most of these places actually have quite high tax bases. There we go, they've just got up another tick or two, so it is getting there. Most of them are around about 40% complete, and they're due to be completed by October 1458 or there around. So it's pretty much only going to be a year away before they are all cored. Just keeping my eye on this looming disaster. It's a peasants' war, mainly because our manpower is less than 25%. Hopefully we will get up to there at some point. What is our maximum manpower? Our maximum manpower is 4,400, so we're actually very, very close to 25%. So another month or two, and that looming disaster will actually go away, because we'll be above 25% of our manpower. And then we'll start getting rid of some of our mercenaries and slowly rebuilding our army with, you know, our actual own troops. I could go ahead and get a few more light ships for better trade. Again, not a great... reason to be doing that right now, because we don't get that much money from trade because of our overextension. The looming disaster has now gone away. I'm also trying to save a little bit of money up to pay off some of these loans, because we do still have quite a few of them. Interest. We actually have 8 loans, which isn't terrible, but of course it does mean we've got quite a bit of inflation going on. We would like to get rid of that where we can. Hopefully before we get involved into another war. I don't even think we need to worry about those guys. Right, we could gain some ducats, but Catholicism gains a reform desire. Or we could gain 10 papal influence. As much as I'd like the money, I did say that I want to try and stay Catholic for as long as possible. So we're going to go with the papal influence. Speaking of papal influence, we have... That's the HRE. Speaking of papal influence, we have quite a bit of it. Can we do anything to help us? Could we spend it on anything? We could spend some to reduce our interest. But I think we're going to invest it and see if we can increase our chance of actually becoming the papal controller. Oh, we are currently the controller. I hadn't even noticed that that was going to happen. Oh, well. So we are actually currently the papal controller. That is actually fantastic. Which means we can call for crusades and we can excommunicate. I wondered why we had an extra diplomat from somewhere. I didn't even notice that pop up. Either way, it's still worth spending the points because it means that we've got more chance of staying as the current controller. But that's actually quite nice. That does give us a few benefits as well. Bit more yearly prestige, an extra diplomat, cheaper stability cost, more leaders without upkeep, less aggressive expansion impact. So I think that happened before the war. Otherwise, we'd have been in a lot more trouble than we were. Yeah, these... Oh? Who's that that's declared war on us there? Is that Provence? So they brought the entire... Yes, they have. They have brought in the entire coalition against us. So that is going to be a very interesting war, isn't it? Right, okay. Well, Austria's the biggest problem in all of that. Right, Castile have come in. That is a good thing. Can't believe they did that. That is going to be very interesting. Let's have a look at Austria's score. Austria. They have 41,000 men. A lot of troops for Austria. Looks like we might be taking out a few more loans, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. Hit the right button. Right, actually, how much are we going to need? If I want to build all the mercenaries, 334. That's a lot of money. I guess we don't need to build all the mercenaries, but I know how this war's going to go. Not well. Let's do that. Build all mercenaries, and we'll build them here in Limousin, I think. Oh, excuse me a second. Sorry about that. Interruptions. Okay, so where is my army? I think the very first thing we're going to do is stomp our way into Provence there and try and wipe those guys out. Let's bring the speed back down again, of course, because it's just suddenly going to go very, very hectic if I'm not watching what's happening here. We're going to have to do pretty much what we did in the last war, and that is kind of deal with sort of armies a stack at a time. Fourth of May, 2nd of May. 1st of May, right. You're committed to going into there, so in we go. Now, you are unfortunately attacking that unit there, but we should be able to... Oh, we lost. Another day or two, we might have done that. Either way, you're actually going to lose your stack because of that. Income Castile. I'm glad that Castile did actually get involved. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we did before and just sort of stomp around with one big giant death stack. I'm not really that interested in taking territory from anybody here, but it would be nice to maybe vassalize Poitou. Or Provence, sorry. We'll see how that goes. Can't believe we're actually losing that fight there. We have such a big negative modifier. Castile is sending in quite a big stack, which is nice. We go ahead and reinforce with you guys. A little bit late now, I suppose, but... No, we did actually win that fight. Well, we can certainly all group up in Limousine. There's no point in rushing in with a massive stack. I know that it's costing me money just using mercenaries here, but I do want to save as much of my manpower as possible at this point. Let's go in and see if we can wipe out some of these other stacks. Looks like Austria are about to jump in there. Provence are building a few extra units. These are hills. I'd prefer not to attack in there. You have changed your mind. Very glad to hear it. It's good that you did. Looks like Castile might be actually taking that engagement. They're going to arrive on the 5th or 6th of July. Doesn't look like the Austrians are going to move out. No, they've actually changed their mind about that engagement. Let's go in here. It's just plains. Do need to start getting some places sieged. Also, Ile-de-France is being sieged as well. Right, let's just go and smash all of these sieges. Because we don't want Liege to be sieging out our capital. That is just all kinds of not funny, so we'll go and deal with that. Are you guys really going in there? Because you've got, like, no morale. 28th. 28th, 28th. You're really thinking about it, aren't you? Are you actually going in? You are going in. Oh, must have been just that stack on the top that didn't have any morale then. But let's go in and stack wipe here. Our capital's going to be safe for a little while. I'm not worried about that getting sieged out at the moment. Austria's desperately going to try and take that, although they might just come down here and try and reinforce. Hopefully we will win this battle before they get the opportunity to. Unfortunately, we do have the terrain penalty and the crossing penalty here, which is a real pain in the neck. Although we do have slightly better base morale and better discipline. That's probably down to Castile at the moment. We could actually do with saving up some military points and getting some better military tech. Austria was about to reinforce there. Luckily, we just won that fight before they had the opportunity to. I am now going to go up here and attempt to unsiege Ile-de-France. Let's go ahead and just merge up some of these units. Again, it does save a little bit of manpower. Also saves a little bit of money. Some massive stacks, army stacks around here. So I am trying to be very, very careful. I want to avoid running into it as possible. And crush some of these little stacks where we can. But avoid getting sort of cornered by the big stacks. I mean, if Castile decide to engage with them, then of course I will jump in and help. Lose 1 stability or lose 5 army tradition. Both of those are pretty bad, but I'd sooner lose the stability because we do have a stability modifier reduction because we're the papal controller. So 155. I'll need 180. It's still quite expensive. We're still at +1 though, so that is not terrible. Just keeping my eye on this stat down here. Right, Brittany, I would like you to siege out both of these provinces. Actually, if Orleans has an army still, you can go and do that one. So Castile have managed to go in there, although it looks like we are going to be able to win that fight, and that'll be Liege's army pretty much shattered. Nothing will stop us from being able to siege out some, piece out some of these little guys individually as time goes on, so that's not a terrible thing to worry about. Let's start moving down this way, because I don't want to end up having that massive Austrian stack, although I don't think it's just Austrian. Switzerland's in there, Savoy's in there. I don't want them to just sort of jump on me and I can't can't get away. So I'd sooner stay near the Castilian army. That's going to give us the best chance of anything. It would be nice. Brittany's actually on their way over there to go and try and siege that province out. We're in Berry, which is quite safe. Do we have more? We do have more, but we don't have money. So let's go ahead and take some more loans. We're losing massive amounts of money here. Let's go ahead once more, and we're not going to reduce our war exhaustion. Do we raise the war taxes? Probably need to at this point, until we can get out of this mess of wars. The good thing is, if we do actually win this, we will have truces with all of these people that are in the coalition, and we should actually be left alone for a short period of time at least. Well, not necessarily sure that I can get in there quick enough to help. Is Castile going to go in? We'll say you can attach to this unit. I don't think we're going to get there in time. Alright, we've got a few places called. That helps. Doesn't look like Castile's going to go in there. They keep thinking about it, and then they keep changing their mind. Meanwhile, this army's getting absolutely destroyed. If I go in there, I'm going to get destroyed as well. Yeah, we lost that fight. There's no point actually going in there. Castile's starting to siege out a few places up there as well. We could just kind of go around here and siege out some of Lorraine's territory. Siege out Liege as well, because that belongs to Provence as well. So if we can actually siege out their territory, I don't mind if they siege a bit of my territory out. They have a lot of units. A lot of units. Now, how long is it going to take us to siege that out? And where's the Austrian army going to go is the other question. They probably will come and try and take us on. If you go in there, Castile, you are going to get absolutely face crushed. Yeah, they are coming this way, as expected. Not sure if I can get out of there on time, but I think I just need to sort of run around a little bit and hopefully just avoid getting killed. They did try and send cavalry. They were trying to beat me there. This one is going to be tricky. At least we are sieging out a couple of provinces. We do actually have a positive war score at the moment. I mean, we could just try and peace out and take a white peace just to get out of the war. But we will see how things go. Right, you're going to move in with that stack. That's an interesting move. Provence and Austria also have a stack down there. Hopefully, I mean, sieging these places is going to be great because that's going to stop Provence from being able to recruit troops behind us. You're going into Champagne. Nope, now you've changed your mind. Is there any chance you could be a little more committal, Castile? Right, you are going in there on the 14th of January. You're getting out on the 15th of January. We could take that engagement. They've actually managed to catch Castile. I don't think they've got anything that's going to be able to reinforce, although this group could come in. Castile have broken their siege over there to go and help with that fight. Now, what have we got over here? We have a higher base morale. We have the same tactics. We have the same discipline. Austria have the river crossing. They've got a 1-2-2 general. We've got a 5-2-3-2 general. But Austria's still getting massively good dice rolls because, you know, this is the way EU4 works. The computer can't win legitimately, so it rolls these massive dice rolls most of the time. Oh, look, it actually gave us the better roll there for a tick. It'll go back the other way. There we go, 5-0. Every now and then it throws one the other way to make it look like it isn't completely weighted in the AI's favour. The developers still swear to this day that the dice rolls aren't rigged. But, you know, you watch through these videos, you watch these battles and look how well the dice rolls go, and you tell me that they're not rigged in the AI's favour. Okay, fair enough. We had the higher roll there. But, look, then it goes back to the AI again. So, we actually should have won this fight, but then we ended up losing it. So that's actually going to be quite nasty. It's going to be a big hit to our morale there, a big hit to our war score there as well. Definitely not. Right, we've lost another fight down there because we were at 8% war score. We've now dropped down to only 2. This is going to put us into a big negative as well, because Austria have rolled another 9 to our 0. And they're still throwing extra units in there to reinforce. It's not like they need to. And we lost. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and have to build some more units. Build them all down here. But I think we shall have to continue this war in another video, because this one has gone on for quite long enough. And we'll have to see what we can do to win this war against the sort of coalition, which is mainly Austria, because they are the biggest pains here. There's a lot of war exhaustion on my side of things as well, and not on theirs, so it's going to be very, very tricky. So, anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Europa Universalis IV, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.